Why I'm sitting on this nice cushion, but I like it.
Hopefully you got
That's
that
where I
information.
usually sit on a Thursday.
So pleased.
Oh,
Okay,
just I do
so-
it so it's up higher.
Welcome, Lynn.
Welcome.
Sorry about last time.
What?
They accommodated me for my vacation.
Oh.
That's why we didn't have it the first Thursday.
Okay, don't let it happen again.
And Jim scheduled a doctor's appointment thinking that we had him on the second. So he scheduled the doctor's appointment for today, so.
11 o'clock.
Yeah,
I already
so-
changed mine that time. I wasn't gonna do it the
Yeah,
second
no,
time.
That was, they accommodated me because I was on vacation, and it was gonna be my first time chairing.
Like she said, never again.
Okay, I won't take a vacation.
No harm done.
What were they talking about?
So,
Programming.
program, they're gonna discuss, it's gonna be on November's
This is,
agenda. We're just supposed to look to see if we can come up with better ideas.
Don't swear.
Oh, really?
So, yeah. They won't listen to us, but we can come up with better
Oh.
ideas. So, sorry. Programming, okay, programming updates is the first
That's what we're talking about.
item on the agenda.
Yeah, absolutely. So, handful of new programs that are coming up this month that I want to highlight. It's sort of a long list, so I won't look too far ahead. I'll say future programs for next month's meeting. Coming up, we have our, per Marjorie's recommendation actually, with swift action from our office, we are able to coordinate a coffee hour for the public safety building replacement for the Easton Fire, Police, and DPW in this room next week on 10/12 at 9 a.m. The town administrator, director of the DPW, chiefs of the fire and police department will come in and do an open presentation to the public. We are limiting registration at 35 folks because this room can get a little tight, but we definitely want to make sure people have the information they need, an opportunity to ask questions, hear some of the perspective as to why the project is being proposed and put on the ballot for town meeting.
Have
How
people
long's
been
that gonna hold?
signing up?
We have, I think, 12 already.
Oh, fabulous.
I've
Yes.
signed up.
So I'd encourage folks, if you haven't registered, to strongly consider it and to share it with.
What's it gonna go, 9 to 10, or what time?
Should be about an hour. Yeah, maybe a little bit longer if there's a bunch of questions. I don't
Okay.
anticipate they'd cut it short.
I went to one last night at Lamplighter, Gaslight Village. It took about an hour and a half. There were a lot of questions. It's a lot of money.
Certainly.
But it seems like it's really needed, like everything else.
Yeah, absolutely. And I have it a little bit lower on the agenda, but there's some more information I'll share here that's specific to the town meeting and the project. Additionally, we're looking at hosting a car seat class. So for all of you that have young grandkids, it'll be how to install car seats here at Frothingham Hall. We've run this program a few times. It's been really successful through our paramedicine program. We'll be opening registration most likely next week once we get some final details. That's through a collaborative partnership with the Health and Community Services Department, the Fire Department, and then I believe Brigham and Women's and Children's. They have a grant where they provide us some of the car seats and equipment needed.
So they're gonna have certain times for that?
It will be in the evening. It should be at 4 p.m. More information will be on the Community Paramedicine website once we iron out those final details.
So the fire department not gonna do it totally up to the fire department anymore then?
No, it'll be a shared program.
Okay.
10/19, we're welcoming back the Easton Lions to host their senior barbecue at 4 p.m. at Frothingham Hall. I believe that is a drop-in program. More information is going to be on the Lions page.
When's that?
That's in here.
Yep, it'll be
They
inventory.
usually ask for reservations so they know how many to figure out.
I think it says people call first.
Yep, there's live music. You're welcome to
So
call
it's
our
in
office.
here then?
Yeah.
It's the
Yep.
19th.
Yeah, page 7. You're welcome to call Frothingham Hall. We do have a brief guest list going for them that we're sharing. I think there's nearly 20 people signed up for it already.
I get a kick out of the cookout out of it, seems they have it now catered.
Oh, they do?
Well, they don't have a kitchen, so they used to do the cooking outside and the prepping of the salads and the beans and everything else in the kitchen, but they don't have a kitchen, so they want to.
Are you talking about they don't have a kitchen here, or they don't have
At
the
one
dining
time, they
room?
were going to have a kitchen here.
Yeah, well, they did have the kitchen in there. They had a stove.
They were
had
gonna
all
make
that.
it, they were gonna make it bigger because my husband was
Yeah.
gonna volunteer.
I think you should have a kitchen.
We
There's
should.
no room.
There used to be
There's no
half a
room.
kitchen in there.
Yeah,
There was a whole kitchen in there.
Well,
but-
and they took it out.
yeah.
Maybe,
but-
maybe in a future building.
Yes, which we should
What, center school?
think about that.
I don't know.
Okay, more programming updates.
Yeah,
There
absolutely.
is-
So 10/21, we were able to partner with Langwater Farm to get some pumpkins, and we're going to be doing a family pumpkin decorating program. Everybody of all ages is welcome. It's going to be registration per pumpkin in time blocks. So if I have 2 kids, I'm able to buy them pumpkins. Me and my spouse are able to come in. Grandparents are able to come in and make it a family affair. Registration is through our community registration portal, Rec Desk. But if you call Frothingham Hall, we can also help people walk through the registration process, since that's still a little bit of a new platform.
Is there a
Um,
fee?
$5 per pumpkin. If you have 2 kids, it'd be 10. You're not required to pay if you're just showing up and supporting your family.
What day is that on?
It'll be Saturday, 10/21, and there's gonna be 2 time blocks, just so we can keep things organized. The earlier time block will start at 11. I believe the later is 11:15, and they're set as 2 different programs on our registration page. We'll be running that with a staff member who's currently at OA. We'll have paint, we'll have markers, stickers, a bunch of fun stuff for kiddos, grandkids. 10/26, we'll be starting 2 new fitness programs. One is a fitness mashup program at 9 a.m. on Thursdays. That'll incorporate a lot of strength, core, lower body exercises. It'll be essentially different week to week, allowing people to mix it up, get some different types of
When's
exercise.
that, 10/26?
Yes, so it'll be every Thursday, recurring program at 9 a.m. with our new instructor, Juliet. And she'll be running a program that'll immediately follow it at 10 a.m. Is a cardio dance program, so a little bit more movement to complement some of the slower, more beginner classes that we have.
Okay.
Yep. Excellent. And then looking ahead, one program I do want to put on folks' radar is on Friday, 12/1 from 11 a.m. to 1:30. We are going to have a holiday card making class here. It'll be open to folks. I think there's a modest fee of $5 just to help offset the instructors' material costs. But that'll be a really nice thing right before the holidays.
Is that somebody from Easton here?
Yep, yep.
Okay, I'll have to get her name. I've got a bunch of card making equipment and everything I want to get rid of.
Oh, awesome.
I'm not doing it anymore.
I'll connect you with her via
Let's
email.
sign up. You could,
You know what, it connected me as well.
And Margaret? Yeah.
I got all this stuff during COVID, all like these coloring books, and I was just looking for anything to keep me busy, and now they're just taking up space.
Now, this
so-
is stamps and
okay.
I was really into it,
Okay.
but I would not teach it.
Yeah, no, I have stuff I think could be used on a card, and I'd like to get out of the house, so.
Awesome. I'll connect you all via email, and we'll see if we can get something
Okay.
before the 1st.
All right.
Who's doing it? You-
A resident named Leslie. She's a part of our Mahjong group. So she has done this for other council on agings, and she proposed it to me. I was like, "This is a really awesome idea." Yeah, a card
Lovely.
decorator right in our midst.
Lovely.
Yeah.
That's good.
So those are our programming updates.
that's a
going on.
lot.
I know we offer a lot.
You don't mess around.
A lot of good stuff.
I have an idea. I don't know if this is the time or if I should wait for member notes.
Chair.
Go for member notes, because I get some ideas too, and I want
Okay.
to know.
Thank you. I'm glad I asked.
Sounds good.
Okay. Recreation Master Plan.
Awesome. So this has been an ongoing project that I've primarily worked with the Recreation Commission, given its outdoor nature. But the milestone that we're hitting or coming up on, I felt I wanted to include all of you in the conversation and potentially get some perspective down the line. We have been working on a proposal to send out to work with some engineers We've selected an engineering firm. We're working on a contract. Hopefully it gets signed by the select board either this month or next. The basis of the project is it will review all of the different public spaces, parks that the town owns, and provide recommendations, conduct a needs assessment, a safety and accessibility and equity assessment, and provide recommendations for how spaces can be used by all ages, and potentially just utilize a little bit more than where we're currently at. It'll likely take place for the next 6 or 7 months, and the goal is to help it inform any CPC requests for public parks and spaces, long-term, short-term capital projects and things like that. So it'll be a rather large undertaking, and I'm hoping that you all stakeholders in town can be involved.
You should see what they're doing where they play the pickleball.
Oh, yeah.
They put in seats,
Mhm.
you know, the round ones with umbrellas. They've put in benches, and they've also been doing groundwork
Who
around
is?
one of it.
Is it the
It looks
DPW?
nice.
Who's doing it?
It's a town.
Just the one
Probably
up at Unionville?
DPW.
That's
That looks
basically because-
nice.
Yeah, well, what, part of the problem was is that they had to put up sound barriers also,
Is that what that thing was?
because
The
they didn't
neighbors.
take into consideration the amount of noise that pickleball players make.
I was
Especially when
wondering.
you get like 6 courts going at one time and you get people talking and yelling. And
I was wondering what
so
that was.
The neighbors didn't appreciate, they ended up putting up some sound barriers for that.
Ah, okay.
The recreation master plan, would it not be better to wait until they figure out what they're doing with center school and where you folks are going?
So it's exclusively outdoor spaces.
Oh, it's
so it
outdoor.
won't involve
Okay.
any indoor recreation. So this building, potential other alternatives for community centers or indoor spaces, they wouldn't be considered in this.
What about the fields, the school fields, is that part of it?
So those will be broken out. They were in the initial proposal, but given the cost that came back and how new a lot of those spaces are, we felt we would break it out, and if we needed to, we could always incorporate it in back down the line. A lot of this funding is going to come from the recreation revolving accounts and gift accounts. So that's why we're sticking with that for now. But we have it written up as if we were going to do that in the future.
How about in the back of the old Eastendale School on Pine Street? Is that privately owned now?
Yes.
It is
Yeah,
privately
that's a
owned.
house.
In back of
Oh, in
the,
back, well, they did, there was a playground there, I think
Yeah.
Ally's, I think they did that, was Ally's playground that they did a project for one of the police officers whose daughter died
oh,
in a car
yeah,
accident.
yeah, but I thought that was further down.
I don't know if it's all part of it or not, so.
That
That's
is
a
one of the
nice
spaces that would be
property. Okay.
involved. Yep.
I went to
Nice.
school there,
You did?
yeah,
Yeah, I like
Yeah.
that spot.
yeah.
But that will be a rather large effort for our office. I wanted to make you all aware of. You may hear me reference it or come to you for some opinions as the project gets underway.
Okay.
And the role of COA in this is
Perspective. So obviously the role that
accessibility?
so the role that I have is intergenerational programming, providing opportunities for all residents. You all fall into all residents, and I anticipate involving the other boards that I'm involved in, as well as other sports organizations in town. And if you all would like to share your opinion, you're more than welcome to.
Well, the town owns a lot of land, this whole area.
Yeah, so there's going to be
A lot
eight
of
sites
land
that would be
here.
involved. The various parks that are in town, then a few parcels. Peterson's Park, which isn't necessarily a totally groomed park. Obviously Unionville, Alleys, Torrey's, which is sort of like a little known park. I'm interested to see what the recommendations are as it comes back.
Be interesting.
Well, it shows long-range planning, I like that, that's really,
Trying to be forward thinking,
Yes.
certainly.
yeah.
And those are all my notes on the master plan.
Okay, outreach.
Okay.
Outreach. So again, in the spirit of letting folks know what we offer, when we offer it, a few weeks ago, Corey Ahonen, Tracy Levine, who you all met, and then Stephanie Kantav, our mental health liaison, we did some outreach at Fox Hill over in Easton. It went really, really well. They were excited about all the programs we offer, the financial assistance, transportation offerings that we have. We plan to collaborate with them again. We have one of our Shine facilitators who is working on a date to go over and talk about the open enrollment, which I'll talk about in a second, that we're offering here to make sure that residents in town, specifically some of our older residents, have access to the information and some of the offerings that we're going to be putting out there. this
Where
month.
is Fox Hill?
Right off of Bay Road.
My geography of Easton is weak.
Which side of Bay Road?
It's very
off of Bay
close
Road.
to Randall. If you go, you know where Randall, you
Oh,
know where
okay.
Borderland is, it's not
Go up
far.
Lincoln Street and to the
Yeah.
left?
If
Yeah.
you blink, you'll drive by it.
Okay,
Yeah,
that's
because
why I
it-
didn't know where it was.
It's actually quite
Must be something
large,
new.
but,
Is that
It-
that gated community?
yes.
Yeah.
It was
it's
part of the
got a
Gomes
gate.
Farm.
Oh,
on Bay
oh,
Road,
all
so
right,
that-
okay.
Yep.
So
You
there,
Townies, you have to,
Down near
you
Cross
can't
Street.
just give a name of a place, you gotta,
Near the
Most of
end,
the time,
near
most
Five
of the
Corners?
time it's
No,
southeastern,
before
I
that,
know, I
quite a
didn't know
bit before it.
northeastern.
Women need landmarks.
before, Beaverbrook, you know where, if you go, you know where, the park Borderland is?
Yes.
Just keep going towards Five Corners, and it's maybe a half a mile or a mile on the right. And then there's Twinbrook, which is,
Twinbrook?
which is a similar community that's up by Target, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, and there's another one called, I don't know the name of it, but it's on Shannon Marie Drive. That's a very small one, but those are, they're all similar communities, 55 plus. Twinbrook is a very, very large one.
Excellent. Yeah, we spoke to about, I think about 50 or 60 folks
Yeah.
at their office, and it was definitely greatly appreciated. Well worth the time. We've definitely seen some familiar faces back here already from some of our programs. So, hoping to continue some of the outreach.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it went really well.
open enrollment.
Open enrollment. Open enrollment starts on 10/7 and runs through December 7th. We'll be taking appointment requests by calling Frothingham Hall. Those will be with our Shine facilitators and volunteers, Steve and Dave. Our office can coordinate times with anybody who's looking to get the appointment.
What's it for? Shine does for finances or insurance?
Yeah, so
Medicare.
Insurance.
Yep. So
Advantage.
insurance, exactly. There will be some information, like a quick checklist of things that folks will need to bring with them. Basic insurance information, and they will walk you through some of the alternatives. Hopefully, save folks some money. It's a really great offering. I don't recall how many years we've been doing this. But I know last year when we had discussed this, I think we had saved over the course of about 100 appointments, something to the tune of like several tens of thousands of dollars. So it's pretty impactful. So appointments tend to go relatively quick. So I do want to make sure that folks are aware of it. If you all could assist us in spreading the word, it would be greatly appreciated.
Tell me the dates again of when you can get an appointment.
Yes, so it'll be during regular business hours, and open enrollment as a offering runs from 10/7 to 12/7.
Thank you.
And is that going to be advertised in the newsletter?
Yes, so there should be
It should,
one of the
sometimes it's in already.
There you go.
page 6 on the top right-hand side. There should be additional details.
Yeah, it's already in. I use them, they are very good.
Yeah.
Yes, our volunteers are, and they are volunteers, are super knowledgeable. They go through repeated training, and they've been able to make a pretty sizable impact.
They do not offer the coordinator at the post office anymore, which is where I used to pick it up. And if they aren't out there for people to pick up, nobody's going to know, they aren't gonna go online and download it.
Right.
they
Yeah,
used
if
to
they
have
don't-
them at all the post offices,
Yeah, well, I mean,
didn't
I
they?
go to the northeastern one, I don't see it
Yeah.
there, I don't see any down at southeastern when I go down there every once in a while. So, I mean, it just, if they're not out there for people to see, a lot of times the information's not gonna get out.
Good point.
Okay.
And they go at the Y too.
The why?
Yeah.
Okay, that's helpful feedback.
Okay.
And also, people don't have computers. bill.
Yeah.
Right now, mine's broken down, so I'm not using it. I come up yesterday and I said, are we having our meeting tomorrow? My computer doesn't work. So, you know, that type of thing, it's still in the dark ages, I'm gonna say.
Yeah,
Go
no,
to
it's
the
a good
library,
point.
they have 6 of them, I think, that are open for the public.
But that's a good point. We make assumptions, and
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
A lot
Maybe
of
some to the-
seniors don't have them.
that's correct.
Yeah.
Yeah, I forget how many copies of these we mail out, but I think it's a relatively significant amount. Maybe we could do sort of a mail-out campaign where I encourage people to sign up to receive the
Yeah,
mailings.
it's only people that sign up for this get
Yeah.
the, and it's like, I'm gonna say close to 500.
Wow. There's
We have
6 that,
northeastern, southeastern, we have some people that don't even live in the area are still getting the newsletter. You know, that have moved on but they still want the newsletter.
the last I heard, there's 6,000 seniors from the age of 60 and up.
We
That's
don't-
the
we
last
don't-
I
we don't
heard.
fold- We don't fold that many when we do the papers.
No, because I,
When we
that's,
do this, we have northeast, we only have people that sign up.
yeah.
That's all we have.
Okay.
Show my notes on open enrollment.
Special town meeting.
Yes, coming up. 10:23 is
Yeah.
the special town meeting. 11:04 is the vote for potential debt exclusion. One thing that I wanted to, so we have flyers out and about. I certainly,
What time
again,
is it?
just worth repeating, encouraging people if they're able to come to the event on 10/12 to get some information. But if you're not able to attend that, there is a website dedicated to the project as a whole. It is eastonpsw.com. It has a handful of videos, interviews for each of the areas that would be impacted by this: DPW, fire, police, with some of the information as to why this project, should be something that's on the to be considered by the public.
It's been on the regular channel, the Eastern channel,
Mhm.
because I've watched it, where they talked about why they're doing it and how much it's gonna cost and where they're doing it. But it has been on the local channel.
Yep. Yeah.
When I had my computer
Certainly been in the
working.
works.
No, that's a TV, that
Can you
works.
pass that to, what time is the town meeting? Is it 7?
I think
It's
you said
usually
it's on-
7, isn't it?
On here?
I don't know. Used to be. Things aren't the same as when I worked
They
there.
usually start at 7.
Yeah.
Well, it opens up, it's called to order at 7.
Okay, thank you.
Yep.
They do all
And
of
the
the
buses here
usual.
don't get the offer to take people.
Yes, so that was, we talked about it last meeting, but yes, there's going to be transportation provided and sign-ups.
People have to pay for the transportation or just sign up to go.
Sign up.
I've had comments about the town meetings. People aren't happy about it. They say that years ago, when I worked there, they had individual breakdowns of each thing that they wanted to talk about. Now it's all grouped together. A lot of people don't like it. A lot of the seniors don't like it. But I don't know how it can be changed. It's like, with the DPW.
Well, this is a
they have-
special meeting, I'll just have
Yeah,
about,
this will be on with the annual town meeting is what, March?
May, usually the second or third
May.
week.
There's one in October, but there's something in November too. What is in November?
That would be the voting for
The
the
voting.
exclusion. Yeah.
What does that mean exactly? I don't know what that means.
The vote or debt exclusion?
The exclusion.
I will do my best to attempt to answer this. Do not cite me as a primary source. My understanding is if the community votes to approve the project, that would trigger a need to override some of the presets for how much debt the town can take on. And then that vote would allow us to waive it temporarily until the ratio could be brought back down.
I heard also that 2.5, Prop 2.5, they want to eliminate it.
That would have to be statewide.
Yeah, I'm fairly certain just.
But it would override.
It would
That,
override.
that's what I thought you were gonna say, is it, you're voting to override Proposition 2.5.
Just for the,
It could be,
That came
again,
up
I'm,
last night.
That's what they had to
That
do
came
for the
up last
school.
night in
Yeah.
the
They
meeting.
That could
did
be,
it?
yeah.
Schools, they.
Yeah.
that was my
That's
best
what-
guess. Sorry about
I hear a lot
You
down
did a
that
good job.
coffee shop.
I sold it.
I believed you.
I can
Down
get more
across
information from
Millions.
folks if you
Yeah.
would like some information
that,
about it.
that was good.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
Basically
well,
means your
but
taxes are
sometimes
going
it's
up
up
if
to
you own a
Yeah,
house.
yeah,
So
you agree to pay more
14 of
taxes
us.
to do it.
Yeah.
But if it needs to be done, it needs to be done. I mean,
Yeah.
you can't,
Yeah.
Prop 2.5 was what, 76, 77? Can't be doing things in the same taxes we were paying then.
He wouldn't remember, he was only a little kid.
No, I'm talking to you.
Wasn't born.
76, 77.
Yeah.
You're about 2 decades
That's
off.
when the property taxes had
Yeah,
to stop.
that's when Proposition 2.5 went through.
You couldn't build new schools or anything else like that without overriding
Yeah.
things like
For
that.
all of us, whenever we have to put our birth date in, we scroll, and then we keep scrolling, and then we keep scrolling, and then we keep
No,
scrolling. Right?
Oh, it's depressing.
All right, well, we still have Jim here, because he's gonna go off to his doctor's appointment shortly. Special town meeting has been covered?
Yep.
Okay, so acceptance of the minutes from 9:14, which
Yep.
we all have copies of, and hopefully people have read them.
I accept.
You can make a motion, yes.
Is that how it goes?
Yeah.
Yeah, make a
I
motion.
second it.
Okay.
I made a motion and it got second.
Give poor Joe a chance to write down that information.
Oh, he's fast.
All right. I'm with you.
Okay, so we've got a motion and a second to accept the minutes. Any discussion? Seeing none, acceptance of minutes. Aye,
Aye.
See you unanimous.
all those opposed? I guess they've been accepted.
You make a good one.
Staff notes.
I had wondered if we typically host meetings in December, but it sounds like we might. Does anybody recall if we historically canceled it? Because I only have one as a point of reference.
As far
I
as
think
know,
we just
still
didn't
had
meet
it.
in the summer. Am I
Summer?
right?
Yeah,
Okay.
as far as I know, we had it.
Do you want a
Unless
question?
there was a storm.
Unless it was a storm. That was the only question or note
So
that
he
I
wants to know if you should be buying us Christmas presents.
Make
You can do that.
doing my own homemade cards for you all at the program on the 1st.
I'll bring some stamps in for
Good.
that.
Thank you, Gene. Excellent. I have no other notes. Thank you, Matt.
Okay. Member notes. Start off with Marjorie.
I just thought of something. I, this isn't what I wanted to say, but I wonder if we could do like a good and welfare, you know, where people share just like some good news that, that you want to share. I'm on some other, do you know what I mean? Have you, you've been on, like someone had a special birthday or someone did something cool, or it's just a way for us to get to know one another. It's like an, you know, so, I don't know, I'm on some committees that do that, and it can be a lovely way to, so that was just one thought. But what I really wanted to share about programming, and I think this would be a future thing, I'm working at Dean College, and I got something that the senior center, I don't know what they call it, the COA or whatever, it wanted to partner with Dean, and they were asking if there were either professors or students who were working on special projects who might want to come and present at the Council on Aging. And that made me think maybe we could do something like that. And I know Stonehill has the Martin Institute, and, you know, Bridgewater have something, but I would wonder if we reached out, maybe we could get someone, you know, some interesting people, either students or professors, who might
That's
want
an
to
excellent idea.
That's a
present
good idea.
something here to whomever would want to come.
Sounds good to me.
So that was my idea.
Might be able to get more people in that
Yeah.
way.
Along the lines of Bridgewater, Stonehill, Massasoit,
Oh, yeah.
they all have theater art programs.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just wondering if, you know, if you reached out to them, if they offer deals for seniors to go to some of their programs and plays and concerts and, you
And
know,
if we could provide transportation.
and just, you know,
Where would they go, though? Would they be at the high school, or?
well, no,
No, you
the
go
high school
there.
has theirs, Stonehill has a theater, Bridgewater has a theater, Massasoit has a theater. And
The
I
only
mean,
thing is Stony Hill, you can't get in there unless you have a pass.
No, you can, if there's a play, right?
Yeah.
You can buy tickets for the play from the community.
And you'll be able to get through those gates
Well,
at
there-
Stone Hill?
You go through on Belmont Street, you can go in. You just tell the person why you're going in.
yeah,
Oh, okay,
Okay.
all right.
And Dean has, one of their signature programs, they have a dance, a bachelor's in dance, and they have dance performances, and you can
Yeah.
get tickets for
they
short
probably
change.
have Christmas, choirs and
Yeah.
music and all of that at those different
You know,
places.
Matt, those are not advertised well. you
No,
know?
they are.
You don't
Oh, not-
know.
not
You
to
don't
us.
know when
Correct.
they're having them, and they're always very good.
Yes, they are.
That's a good idea.
Okay, and then also, I went through in some of my spare time and visited some of the other Council on Aging newsletters for the surrounding towns,
Uh-huh.
getting ideas for what maybe we could do. And where I hadn't been getting the coordinator, it's like, oh, we do have a lot of programs in there. But some of the ones that I saw that kind of got me, do we have a book club?
Yes.
We do, okay. How about like little historical tours of the town
Occasionally.
occasionally? How
And
about
hands.
tech support from the students at OA?
Yes.
We
They
do
do
still
that.
have
We
them.
have
Used to
that?
have
That's
those.
awesome.
Okay.
We still have them.
I
gonna
don't
need to
know.
use
And
Oh,
I
they
know
had
that,
'em.
They had them.
I'm a little nervous that nobody has known that we've had some of these programs, but this is, I guess we'll tie into a future,
Yeah.
how we can advertise some stuff better.
Well, I mean, I just saw these things and those were the
Yes,
ones
so
that caught.
the last two are typically about 2 times a year, like once
Okay.
each half year.
And another one they had, I don't know if you can get it, but, they had, one of them had animals, people brought animals down. I don't know, you could do like comfort dogs, or
yep.
maybe you could get somebody from sheep pasture, or even,
Like a petting zoo?
yeah,
kind of
like a
thing?
small petting zoo for this seniors would like that.
Did you grab any of their newsletters?
I just read them online,
Okay.
I don't have a printer, so.
Yeah, do you happen to recall who did the animal tour?
Not offhand, no.
Okay, I would have to get in touch with them and figure out if there was like
Yeah.
any, I imagine they would need a contract and maybe some licensing. I'd have like a few questions for them, but if you remember or recall who did it, I'd be interested in following
Yeah.
up with it.
I would wonder if the Council on Aging could partner with NRT to do that, because that would take care of, like, the NRT is set up to do that, right? They have goats
Yeah.
and chickens
It
and,
would be nice if the NRT would allow on their harvest fair, the seniors to get in for nothing.
Before I leave, anything on diabetic foot health care seminars? Diabetic foot problems
That's
are
a good
huge in
one.
the senior population.
I think we did one my first year, last year on managing diabetes, but nothing booked for this year.
Okay. Because it's very big in the senior population, diabetic foot health.
Yeah.
Or lack of diabetic foot health in seniors
Yeah.
is
I,
very big.
I will tell you, my husband does a whole lecture on diabesity. It's a term, diabetic and diabetes, and
Would you be interested in running a program similar to this, or is that in his wheelhouse?
he certainly could. I will not speak
You won't
for
speak
him
for him.
because I don't want him to speak for me, but
Potentially, definitely, maybe potentially.
if you reach out to him, I think he would be,
Does he work with diabetics?
no,
Oh,
no, but he teaches courses, healthcare economics, and he has the thing, but tied into, and so that's why I would wonder, but one of the problems is to eat healthy is very expensive.
right. I'm looking more at the foot health problems.
Right, so that is not the specifics, and I think that would be a
Because
wonderful topic.
A
but
lot of
this-
people think with amputations from
That's
diabetes,
correct.
it's from the diabetes, and it's not from the diabetes, it's from the lack of taking
foot
care
care.
of your feet.
And so I think that a podiatrist would be awesome to speak on that topic. His is not that medically specific.
I have a doctor's appointment I have to run,
Bye, Jane.
Okay.
Bye.
and I'll remember it's the first week next time.
So we change it again.
I
The,
would have canceled this, but it's something, I got the phone call Monday.
Yeah.
We need you here Wednesday or
Go for
Thursday,
it.
so.
Good luck.
all right,
you.
Bye.
I have a question on, does the Pocket Terrace, do they still have doctors coming in to do feet?
I believe only blood
No.
pressure.
They don't cut toenails anymore?
I don't know.
What if you can't cut your toenails? Can't reach down to get them?
That would be an awesome
Because I've got
connection
1 foot, I can't
to
get
provide
my leg
um,
out to
I
do
know,
it.
that's a problem.
to
That's a
provide
real problem.
And your insurance
transportation
doesn't pay
to
for
a
it anymore.
podiatrist. If a podiatrist would
I
give
hear
a
ya.
block.
I fight.
I don't know if there's a podiatrist in Easton. There are podiatrists in Brockton, I know.
They used to do it at Elise Circle,
Yeah, it's very important.
once a month or something, I think.
You know, another thing that I think is very important is some kind of a program about fall prevention. You know, falling down, not the
Mhm.
season fall, that,
You've had that before
I
here.
think,
Yeah.
I don't know if it's the physical therapist that you had here to dealing on how, when you fall, how to get yourself up and this and that.
and also how to arrange your house. My husband, yeah, when my kids come home and I have shoes everywhere they live, or my husband thinks we should have these little rugs on top. No, those rugs are all tripping hazards, right? You know
Most
what?
of the falls are from when you're stepping like up your stairs and the 1 foot doesn't quite make it and the toe catches the top of the stair
And
and you go down. That's my habit.
You gotta have 2 railings.
Well, that,
I have 2 rails. It doesn't help me
but
because
this
I
is
don't
where
use them.
someone speaking on the topic, I think, could be very helpful. A lot of future ideas, right?
Yeah.
Make sure you have a clean area when you're walking in your
Right,
house.
exactly. You don't have.
Always keep it clean in the area that you walk the most. Don't leave shoes there, don't leave this there, don't leave that there.
You could give the lecture.
So there's a lot of things that they taught us not to do, but stupid we still do it.
You know, they were all that way.
Yes,
Well,
I forget
falling-
myself.
We
Falling
don't want to admit it.
in older years is a big problem, you know, with bone health isn't so healthy and, right? You
Mhm.
don't
Yeah,
want to break a
unfortunately,
hip,
yeah.
it's,
My biggest problem is coming home and brushing and coming up the 3 stairs. I forget that top stair and I'll trip. And I've been so far lucky. But last year, I have a electric snowplow out. I keep it outside for the winter. And I almost hit that damn thing.
oh, boy.
And after that, I said, be careful. I went in the mirror. Be careful, woman.
You're not alone. This is a
Yeah.
huge problem
Of
because,
falling.
that's right,
Yeah.
and broken hips is one of the major issues that leads
Seniors,
to
yep.
a very poor outcome.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's bad news. Can you put a reflector on your top stair so that you see it?
Great idea.
Like a red tape or something? Like-
That's what I have in our bottom step.
I should put that on there. I never thought of that one. I did put skid stuff, on the steps that I don't slip or slide.
Yeah.
I never thought of putting a reflector on the top stair, because that's one I usually trip on.
You could probably get
I
like,
missed the bottom stair, and I think
You-
I've done it
already
twice.
down. I think I'm already down, and then my knees buckle underneath me.
I haven't done that yet. Mine's always going up.
You're younger than we are.
Yeah.
no, these are really important.
They're really good
critical-
suggestions. Yeah.
Really great suggestions.
That's a good idea, get somebody in. Give a
And if it-
lecture on what seniors should do and not do.
You paying attention, someday you're gonna be old.
He's over there laughing.
He's bored.
Did you ever check in with, seeing about some of the other area towns might wanting to get together to, do a little
I've not had a chance
competition?
to, but I'm anticipating going to a conference end of this month. I'm hoping if I am able to go to that, I can meet
Okay.
some folks in person.
Yeah, no, I'd be more, I think, at this point towards spring, because nobody at all wants to go out in the winter, so.
Well, that's another thing, is winter. We're gonna be able to make our meetings?
I certainly hope
How
so.
far in advance would you let us know that we aren't?
What did we do before? We'd look at the 7-day forecast, and if it looked
Yeah, I think
reasonable.
that's what it was, and we left it up to you.
Yeah, whether it would be a meeting or not, or go to
Joe, you have a lot of
square
power.
the
The Zoom
computer.
thing,
And
yeah, I
that,
can't figure
Well,
that Zoom thing out.
I don't know if I'll have a computer. Right now, it doesn't want to work. And I'm beating on it, and I'm calling my daughter, raising, she's, "Mother, calm down." "I never had a problem before, why am I having a problem now?" She says, "How do I know?" Oh, yeah, it's been chaos in my house the past week. What could go wrong went wrong. And then I had a new microwave come in because I burnt my other one. And, and she said, "How did you do that?" I said, "Don't ask. I just burnt it. I need a new one."
They'll tell you they don't want you to have one.
Well, I gotta get back to work, so.
All
Is there
right.
any other new business to bring before the board? Anybody got anything?
Not I.
No.
No?
Nope.
Hate to be a potty pooper here, but, if you're interested tomorrow, there, you have to call, but they are having, it's manufacturing day. So where I work up at Northeastern Machine, they are having an open house and tours, and if you call up, you might be able to make an appointment to go in. It's usually after 1 that they allow the public in, because they have,
Interesting.
What do they do there?
Yeah,
they manufacture all different types of parts for anything from aerospace, medical, construction. And it's quite interesting. The machines they have now, you know, it used to be one person would sit there and do one little part. Somebody else would come along and do a second piece. And now it's all computerized, and it just in there and it zips around, and they cut it all up. And
that's the one that's on Elm
Elm
Street
Street, yeah.
Extension up in the,
yep,
Up
you-
and
you-
back.
You can't see it from where, you know, you drive
Yeah.
back. Everybody said, "I never knew that was there." But
I
it's been
often
around
wondered
since the
what they
60s.
did in there.
Yeah, but I mean, they're having an open house, and they have the trade schools coming in.
Oh,
I
great.
think they have,
Yeah.
because they push an awful lot for trades. All
Yeah.
these
When
kids,
when is that?
it's tomorrow.
Yeah, I know what time.
Well, you call up to, it's usually after 1 for the public,
1, okay.
but call up and, you know, let them know that you want to come, and they can schedule you in, and I can give you a phone number.
That's tomorrow?
It is tomorrow. The phone number is 508-238-6219,
Okay, thank you.
in case you're interested. You won't see me because I leave at 1. And then they have
I want to
another,
go up to before that.
they have a manufacturing, that's manufacturing, I think, in about 2 weeks, they have the STEM.
Oh, cool.
Science, technology, engineering, math, or whatever it is, and they have another group of kids coming through at that time too, so. Something to do if you're bored. It's gonna be, you know, gonna end up raining again this weekend, so.
Every weekend, right?
Something I just came up in the head. The regional school, they used to go to homes that needed little odds and ends of stuff done. Do they still do that? Or does, they say COVID, still,
I don't know.
Like little handy people who
Yeah.
come to help.
Carpentry things and,
Yeah.
I remember that.
Boy,
yeah.
I could use some handy people.
Is they, you try to find somebody to do little stuff for the seniors? No. You
That's
can't-
That's
you can't
interesting.
get
That would be an
anybody.
interesting
They don't
thing
want to
to
do it.
look
They
into.
want the
it's
big
probably-
jobs.
No, it's probably also have to do
Liability.
with liability.
And one time the
Well,
school
you could
used
sign a
to
waiver
take
for
care of
that.
it, you know?
Yeah, they could.
So litigious, everything now, right?
So, yeah.
I'm just wondering about that.
Okay, I'll take I'll listen to a motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
Second, third.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All opposed? Back to work.
We did a
Your
lot
day
here
is
today.
over.
What a team!